Introverts, how did you meet your girlfriend? Story 1. My husband is an introvert. I feel like I can answer this for him. I worked at the local chicken hut. I thought he was cute. Slapped my number on a box of chicken and said thanks, have a great day, and slammed the window in his face. We have been together 5 years now. Long story short, I think he was just gonna probably wait forever until someone was like, here is some chicken. Here is a phone number, you know what to do. Story 2. I saw this woman having a bad day but kicking some butt at her job. I just told her that my phone number was on this piece of paper, and that I thought she seemed kinda awesome first date, and she was as quiet as me, so I picked up a slice of pizza and rubbed it down my face, and told her, well, if this date doesn't go well, then at least you have a story. Many dates and more intimate times followed. We lasted about 5 months. Hey guys, are you enjoying the video? If so, please like and subscribe, as it really helps out the channel. Anyways, back to the stories. Story 3. I have really bad luck, but sometimes my bad luck is my good luck. The day I met my girlfriend was when I got ran over by a car because I was eyeballing my future girlfriend. The guy that ran me over was in a rush, so after he ran me over he just left. I'm used to pain because I'm a mountain biker and a martial artist. My girlfriend is the caring and lively kind of girl, and as I was lying on the ground she tried to help me on my feet, but I told her to stop trying. I got up and thanked her. I got hit on the left side. My shoulder and forearm were dislocated. I noticed that when I reached for my phone on the ground, I had my forearms and shoulder dislocated before, so I knew what I had to do to put them back in their place, and I did that in front of her. She was surprised how I could do things like that and ignore all the pain. After all that, she offered me a cup of coffee. I accepted, and we chatted all the way to Starbucks. She asked me a lot of questions like, how does it feel when is your shoulder dislocated, and thing like that. She's my girlfriend ever since that happened. Story 4. My most recent girlfriend I met at my last job. She was a co-worker, and according to her, she had a crush on me from the very first day she saw me. She unexpectedly friended me on Facebook one day and started chatting me up out of the blue. A few days after that, she suddenly asked me out to dinner, and I very gladly accepted. We then ended up in a whirlwind romance with each other, but sadly broke up just before Christmas last year. Story 5. Former girlfriend to be exact, but still, we met on TikTok. If I remember it correctly, I commented on a video, and she commented on it. After some discussions, we found out that we had much in common, so we decided to DM. After a few mere days, we exchanged social media and everything, and after one more month of everyday communication and sending us pictures of who we look like, we just thought about why not trying it out, since we already acted like a couple. We didn't live far away from each other, and it turned out she once lived near where I live, so meeting each other wouldn't be much of a problem. I guess you can really find your soulmate on social media. Story 6. We met in 3rd grade. We started talking initially because I thought it was interesting that she had diabetes, and I wanted to learn more. Then we became friends. We talked and talked and talked, then we made it to 4th grade. Had some issues but stayed friends. Then 5th grade, the pandemic started, so we hadn't been able to talk much, but we still texted and called a lot. Then I realized I had feelings and messaged her, and her mother found the texts and decided that her being in a lesbian relationship was inappropriate. I hadn't realized I was trans at the moment, so they considered it gay, and her mom forced us to stop talking for about 2 years. 2 years later, we're allowed to talk again and started dating again, and we still to this day are dating in like 8th grade. Lol. Story 7. I went through multiple relationships throughout my 19 years, toxic and verbally abusive, but this one guy I laid my eyes on when I was 13. He was dating my friend at the time, and I knew I was growing feelings for him, so I stopped being her friend to respect their relationship, to respect the space between them two. I kinda disappeared from the face of earth for 6 years. I finally got reunited with him when I was at one of my lowest points in my life. As introverted as I am, I mustered up the courage to tell him how I felt, even though I told him in the past I couldn't leave him nor my friendship I had with his girlfriend out of nowhere before I told them. He's been trying to find me for 6 years, he told me, while I was just not making any more friends with the crap going on in my life, losing my father, etc. I have no idea if I had the easy way of finding my love, but it was a hell of a time getting there. Story 8. Met a random on Fortnite who was actually a solid teammate, so we kept pressing stay with team after each match and eventually friended each other. No mic communication the whole time, just pings and vibes. Then, maybe a few weeks later, I got an invite from him, so I joined with my Earl friend, and he has a girl who he met on TikTok. He thought she was cute, but she friend zoned him. So, we played squads and went crazy dub after dub, and that was that. Didn't think anything of it and carried on with my life. Then, a week or so later, we play again, but this time with mics. At first, I was thinking to myself, she has the softest, most sweetest voice ever, like holy shit. And she said when she first heard my voice, she thought it was the hottest thing she had ever heard. LMAO. But after we played, we followed each other on Instagram, fell even more in love with her cute back, and a week after that, she slid in my DMs because I had posted on my story if anybody wanted a code for Xbox Game Pass that I'm not gonna use. I low-key did this deliberately because I knew she had Xbox LOL. And since then we never stopped talking. We've now been dating for 9 months, and yes, we met up multiple times. She lives in a whole different city, but luckily it's the next state over. Unfortunately though, I don't talk or game with the random I originally queued up with him. Sure, he felt some type of way after realizing he practically set us up together and got turned down by the same girl, but regardless, I've never been happier. I love her so much. Story 9. 27 today. Met her at 13. I lived in an apartment complex, and my buddy's sister, we'll call her Allison, had a friend over. I don't believe in love at first sight, but my oh my, did this friend of hers get my attention. Anyway, I was with my boys chillin' when she and Allison came outside with a volleyball that they started playing with. The short, obnoxious dude in our group, we all have one, eventually intercepted the ball from them and began passing it around. As you can imagine, the girls were very annoyed and politely asked for their ball back without success. That is, of course, until you boys stepped and I pretended to go along with the shenanigans. And when I finally got the ball in my hands, I calmly walked up to this beautiful girl and gave her ball back. I introduced myself and we got to know each other a little. I'm sure you can imagine what my boys were shouting from a distance. Turns out she lived in the apartments on the other side of the block where my younger brother frequently went to play cops and robbers, so one day I decided to join him with every intention of running into Wonder Woman. And I played it off as a coincidence and started chatting a little more over time. We became good friends, one thing led to another, and now we are coming up on our 14th anniversary. Haven't tied the knot because we grew up dirt poor and decided to prioritize higher education. Story 10. I am really shy and I have a hard time speaking to people. When I was in the 7th grade, I met this really cute boy. I became friends with him by picking up his interests, by listening to his conversations with his friends, and finding our common interests to talk to him about. We talked for a very long time, and he was my first friend since all of my other friends left me for new people. One break, I got his number from his best friend, who was a really nice kid. And granted, I did have to pay for each text I sent him, but it was worth it eventually. He called me and told me he liked me. I told him that I liked him too. And we actually ended up dating for 6 years before he decided that he didn't love me anymore and broke up with me. I was devastated 2 years later. And I still think he's the love of my life. I'm still Facebook friends with his mom. I still talk to his younger brother. He's 12. I can't look at his face without crying because I just want to hug him. So, I guess you could say I became friends with a guy just to get him to date me, and then dated him for an exceedingly long period of time before he broke up with me, and I'm still not over him. Hey guys, just found out you watched till the end. That is awesome. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more awesome stories.